Hearts of Iron 4. A game, if you ever met a fan of it in real life, you best run away from. But today, I decided not to play the regular version of Hearts of Iron, even though the DLC just came out today. I just found that out like an hour ago. But instead of venturing into Brazil, we're going to go somewhere slightly better. The wasteland of the Fallout universe. Now, I, myself, am a very big fan of the Fallout universe, and I feel like Old World Blues, the mod, not the DLC, is one of the best mods of any game, and it's one of my favourite mods for Hearts of Iron 4, and is what I'm using to fill the gap between now and Fallout 5. As you see, we've got many regions we can pick, from the West Coast to Cascadia, with the new locations being the North Commonwealth and the Canadian Prairies. But we ain't going to be touching that. Instead, I feel like we should not let go and pursue a man's dream, a man's quest for glory and technology, Elijah of the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. Now, in Fallout New Vegas, where these guys are found, they're not in a great state. Elijah is left the Brotherhood, self-imposed exile, after the NCR, these guys, well, kick their ass would be a polite way of putting it. Basically put them into a bunker that they're now terrified to leave in case they get found and then murdered. But Elijah, even in defeat, he had plans within plans. But what if he didn't fail at Helios One like he did in Fallout New Vegas? What if he succeeded? Oh, what is going on? What happens if he didn't fail? What happens if Elijah managed to kick out Mr. Lee Oliver and took control of the Mojave for himself? That is what we're going to be doing today. Now, it's been a while since I've played this mod, maybe a year or two, so bear with me. But first we must decide our backstory. Now, we aren't great when it comes to supplies, industry, and we are currently surrounded by our enemy, and then, well, our main rival, and possibly soon to be bigger threat. So it's going to take a lot of thinking to get out of this situation, but Elijah has a plan. He won't let go. So currently we're in the middle of the Mojave Wasteland in Fallout New Vegas, with Helios One being our capital. You've got New Vegas to the north of us, Caesars to the right, surrounded by the Mojave territories and the main ANCR to the left. Fun times ahead for me. First we must survive, because currently we have a deadline before Lee Oliver kicks in our front door and tries to murder us. Now, in the Fallout New Vegas timeline, Elijah tries to activate Helios One, and, well, doesn't go well. Instead, we are not going to go through taming the wasteland by basically crushing it and killing anyone who gets in our way, but instead we're going to try and unite the wasteland under Veronica's vision, with the super mutants, the Bright Brotherhood, and him to help us. Will it work? We'll just have to find out. The operation is currently ticking down. Has given us a very bad debuff, and the Mojave territory is a very good buff. So working with the citizens of the Mojave will give us the advantage after some time, but it's just, can we survive that long before we get, well, Lee Oliver's foot on my ass? And I think this one is the correct choice. The Brotherhood is doomed without Elijah. Since Elijah, he has plans, he has grand goals, and we shall not let go of them. Yet again, this one is on our journey into the Mojave, and about Veronica, and what things we should give her. And since I feel like we should go on the offensive when the Brotherhood attack, but they still might attack us, because no one can trust Elijah other than Elijah. When the bear attacks us, I believe we should go on the offense, so I shall go for an attack. Now a big decision. Do we take the long path, which gives us better preparation, which gives us a better bonus, as well as more rewards, but is more time consuming, or do we just go giving us a chance to further down the focus tree before the war begins. For me, I always feel like taking your time and getting the bigger bonus will help us in the long run, so we're gonna go for that. Don't you trust him? It seems Lost Hills is trying to be friends with us again. Well, I appreciate the aid, but I am a bit suspicious of you, Mr. Jonathan. The only real problem with this mod is, since it is so big, it's a bit laggy. Like, my computer is pretty decent. It's really fast, can handle pretty much most games, but as you can see, there's just so much that is tanking. Like, look how many nations there are along with the bottle cap currency, the refugee system. It could be a bit much. So if you have a lower end PC, you might want to do some unifying of these areas before playing. It might make it a bit smoother experience. Well, it looks like Vault City is actually going the democratic path. This thing is my exact response. Democracy in Vault City? Nonsense. Since we're playing as Elijah, I thought I might as well research slave callers. If you know, you know. The followers of the apocalypse, they can add some very good bonuses to your nation if you're not warlike, because they're very pacifistic, so you just want to kind of casually grow and become a nice prosperous nation, then they're very great. But for Elijah and his goals, they shall be nothing but a nuisance, so we shall get rid of them. We'll seize their fort first of all. Now we come to the big decision of how we're going to handle Operation Sunburst. Do we try what happened in Fallout New Vegas, where Elijah tries to activate Archimedes, or do we pacify the entirety of the Mojave under our bloody footprint? Or do we befriend the Mojave? And I don't want to say help, I want this guy dead. The rest of the two I can handle.
Hello there.
But we're going to go down Veronica's path, because I believe Veronica might have a point when it comes to the Brotherhood and its failing state. Mission accomplished, boys. Arcade is not in the wasteland. Get back to California, you nerd. We're about 100 days from Operation Sunburst, for Mr. Lee Oliver wants to prove himself. Am I feeling confident? Of course, Elijah has a plan. If you distrust Elijah, then you distrust the Brotherhood. You don't want to distrust the Brotherhood, because then bad things happen. We shall win. Somehow. Don't ask me how, I haven't got to that part yet. We'll get there when we get there. Don't mind me, just researching work camps because we don't have that much resources. What, you think I'm the bad guy, Elijah? No, I am not the bad guy. You just don't understand me. Well, it looks like we only have 10 days left before Lee Oliver kicks in our door. We've managed to do most of the focus tree. I'm about the benefit of the buffs, which is going to be great to help since we are completely outnumbered. I think my strategy is to hold the line until we get this focus done. Then once this focus is done, we'll have extra buffs against the NCR, and then from there we might be able to push them, cut them off, clear out the north, and then further south to Mojave Outpost. Trust in Elijah. Elijah knows the way. And so it begins. War. Seems like we're holding them fine. Let's see if we can bleed the NCR before we can push forward and cut off the head of the bear. It seems like they've stopped pushing, so let's have a little poke. And then see if that gets them to attack, brother. You don't want to attack me? You don't want to throw your men at me? Oh, there we go. Yes. Hoover Dam is soon to be ours. Yes. Yes. All in Elijah's great scheme. Why is it lagging so bad? Oh, the dam is ours. We have taken Hoover Dam. I repeat, the Hoover Dam is ours. The Brotherhood is collapsing. The Brotherhood. Not the Brotherhood. The NCR is collapsing. And there we go. We have got the north of the Mojave territories cut off from the south. We should sweep this easy peasy and then push further south to cleanse this land. Also, the Bear Springs Massacre is only slightly different. Less Great Khan death. Well, maybe same Great Khan death. A lot more NCR death as well. Nope, there we go. We took over the Mojave. I thought that'd be harder, but there we go. Apparently Bear Springs was their Achilles heel. Who would have thought? Now that we've won, do we push forward to the NCR as a whole? Or do we just keep the Mojave for now? Don't know about you guys, but I feel like I don't think I can take on the I don't think I can take on the NCR. We'll just not push that far. There we go. The Mojave is now ours, and hopefully we will have no other issues going forth. Please, but first we must acknowledge, before anything happens, our TV screen guy is far superior than this TV screen guy, and will soon be coming for you because it looks like the house will not win against Elijah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right, NCR boys. Leave my territory now, or else you'll end up getting vaporized. Yep, back through your Mojave outpost, never to return. Oh, and we've already got raiders asking for demand. God damn it. Now we have a big decision in front of us. Do we make Hidden Valley our new capital, reinforced with a bunch of people? Do we make Hoover Dam our new trophy, our capital? We'll have a lot of power for that. Or do we make Helios One our capital, renaming it the Helios Citadel? I think I know which one Elijah wants. Because Elijah gets what he wants this time around. Then Caesar is starting to eye us up. I thought fighting the Brotherhood's overextended puppet was a problem. This isn't going to be fun at all. I've already got defenses set up, and I am building bunkers as we speak. But we're going to need a miracle. And luckily, Elijah's the man to give us a miracle. Well, it seems like the She will join the NCR and make my life a lot more difficult. Or maybe not. Hopefully, Caesar doesn't attack me and goes for them, but seeing how there's being a build-up against me, I very much doubt that. Elijah, you better have a plan. What am I talking about? Of course you have a plan, Elijah. No one can save the Brotherhood like you could. Yet again, Lost Hills supply me with a generous package. Thank you very much. You know, I'm really wondering how you managed to get by the entirety of the NCR to supply me since you were this little blip surrounded. I don't think you're going to be as successful as Elijah because, well, he is our savior. Maybe when the time comes, I'll help you out with your Brotherhood problem. Maybe we'll find something to help cleanse the wasteland once and for all. That says almost finished these 3 focuses that we have to do for the cooperation of the Mojave. They give you very bad negatives, but once they're out of the way, we don't need to worry about them, and now we can start focusing on preparing against the Legion. To be honest, this is just us looking for bottle caps, which is kind of funny seeing Brotherhood members do. Or like working with Repcom, which understandable, they want rockets and crap. This one's just sad. They set up the beacon for Black Mountain to draw super mutants just to murder them. Like, it's in Elijah's character, but goddamn, that's just sad. My poor boy Marcus and Neil probably goddamn dead. Interesting developments from the Mojave Wasteland. It seems like Vegas has had a little civil war between Mr. House and the King. I've never seen this happen before. But let's see who wins. The King of the Free Men? Or the House of Vegas? Speaking of which, they don't even own Vegas anymore. To be honest, I have no idea how the hell the King managed to revolt against House. Either way, shouldn't be a problem. Because even if this TV screen guy dies, there'll soon be a new one to replace him in Vegas. Just need time. It looks like it's time. Kaiser has come for us. Now before we do anything, I'm going to quickly save the game. Now that we've saved the game, let's see if my preparations have went in time. Or we were too late. All my guys ready for naval invasions and all sorts. Just need to have some guys cover up here, and then we should be good. And so the first battle of the Hoover Dam begins. This is anticlimactic, no one's pushing against me. The plan I have currently is the same strategy where we let them bleed on us, we let them hit us, and since we've got the power armor, we can take the punch as we mow down hundreds of them. Problem is they have a lot of manpower, but we have a very bad debuff because we're inexperienced at fighting the Legion. With time, we may be able to reverse that and get a huge buff to go on the offensive, but at the same time we're in no position to push into all of this, especially with Lanius over here. So we just hold our guns, hold our places, and hope for the best, and maybe we can peace out and keep the territory we currently have. I have no desire to take anything over the Colorado at the current moment. Can you get us through this, Elijah? I know you can. I believe in you, Elijah. Everyone should believe in Elijah. I've seen they're trying to push us, yet failing to, leading to, well, a lot of death for one guy, not gonna lie. That's a pretty good KD ratio. And we do have one volunteer from Lost Hills that's violently pushing forward and getting absolutely murdered while we just stand behind and let him go ahead. But if we just keep up this strategy, we should be good to bleed them dry, and hopefully we can end in a stalemate, and Kaiser can leave us a few years before the second Battle for Verdun will inevitably kick in. After some time defending against the Legion, we are now in a position to actually get rid of this negative debuff and start to train our troops to get a buff against the Legion, as we are not doing good in that department. However, one department we're doing very good in is holding the line. Since last you saw, New Vegas was in civil war, and it looks like the king is about to sweep the house clear. While the Legion have I have lost 39 people. The Caesar has lost 2,000. Now, I don't know the KD ratio, and I'm not going to bother to do the math, but I'm pretty sure that means it's in my favour currently. However, I still don't think we're in a position to push, especially with that debuff. My thoughts are currently train our troops to slowly change from our negative 30 to whatever percentage we can get in the positive against them, and then appeal for a truce, meaning that next time they come knocking, we'll be ready. I just want to bleed them as much as I can, but I don't want to be stuck here, because, you know, I've got grander plans. First of all, we must secure the Lucky 38 for ourselves, and then we must begin a search for some old world blues. But before we do that, how about we get ourselves a new general, one that is ready to lead the Brotherhood under Elijah. Prim Slim. There he is in our darkest of times. We have him. Prim Slim. If there ain't a new king in Vegas. Yep, so it seems like Mr. House has been dethroned. Interesting, I've never seen that happen before. It seems like the king will soon be after us. Well, let's see if we can beat him before he can get things fully under control in Vegas. There'll be a new computer screen guy in charge of the Lucky 38 in no time. Well, well, well. If it isn't Archimedes too. I look away for a second and I see that the volunteer from Lost Hills has managed to push himself into Legion territory. I don't know how he managed that, but bravo, you were about to get murdered. Please retreat. Well, it looks like while I've been fighting off the Legion, the NCR has been doing their silly elections. And they've elected Kimball. Let's hope he understands the dangers of messing with Elijah. I would rather not have to, well, can't assassinate him at Hoover Dam, but we could get somebody in there to do the job. We have held the line, we have not lost any of our territory. We managed to turn our debuff into a massive buff against the Legion. We have lost 1,000, which is quite a lot for us being the Brotherhood. We do have a lot more troops now, so which has also taken over manpower, but still not so great. But we have killed 8,000 to nearly 1,000, so pretty good KD ratios. Now we're just going to ask for a truce, and hopefully Kaiser will accept, or maybe that tumor has made things a little bit questionable for his decision making. Let's see if he accepts. Come on, Kaiser. Oh, there we go. We are now at peace. We have actually secured the Mojave under Elijah's guidance. All we really need to do now is get one last place. The Jewel of the Mojave, which is currently under the control of the king, strangely enough. I feel like we might take the New Vegas area. Well, it's no longer New Vegas, it is Free Vegas, sorry. I feel like we'll take Free Vegas and then we'll leave it here, and we'll see where Elijah gets up to next time. But first, the technology of the Lucky 38 shall be ours. Elijah will not let go. It is time. We have captured Helios One, turned it into the weapon that we need. We've captured Hoover Dam, and it is now powering our facilities. Last thing of the Mojave that we need is the Lucky 38. And I'm sorry, Mr. King, but Elijah will have what's his. Before we start the war, the position we're at, we're very good. Got good factories, getting our manpower back up. All the debuffs that we had from these focuses are gone. And now we're about to claim the jewel herself. Let us begin. Now I imagine they might put up a little bit of resistance at first, but we should be able to crush them with ease. Never mind, we're crushing them well within ease. I don't think I need to do much, I'll just sit and watch. Actually, why not? Let's activate Archimedes since we haven't yet, shall we?
You activated Archimedes? What the hell are you thinking?
Vegas is now ours. It is now under Elijah's power, and with the technology of the Lucky 38, we will find what we're looking for and bring it back to the Mojave to cleanse both the bear and the bull. Nothing will stop Elijah. Let's round up these Elvis impersonators first before we continue our search. There we go. The Mojave is ours. There we go. The Mojave chapter now owns the Mojave. We have the bear to the west, the bull to the east, and here we are stuck in between. But Elijah isn't going to go down without a fight. We're going to go searching for long forbidden treasures. But that will be for next time, before we start searching for a mysterious casino and a certain cloud that we'll use to guarantee Brotherhood supremacy, Elijah supremacy, next time.